deployment of the planet's first robotic police units. Became the focus of the world in 2016.
Drop your weapons, you're under arrest.
Vincent Moore is a former soldier.
The problem with artificial intelligence is it's way too unpredictable.
The Scout's creator,
Hello everybody, it's I, WebFox, here doing another free movie review for the movie Chappie. Saw this movie 2 days ago, and I gotta say that I really enjoyed it. Directed by the same guy who did District 9 and Elysium, this is in sort of a trilogy of movies of his. You can definitely see that there's a lot of feel and look to it that was in District 9. I've yet to see Elysium, but from what I could tell, that it's pretty much along the same lines of those movies. Now, none of these movies are connected. They're each in a different universe of their own. It's the same director and same feel and stuff. Taking place in South Johannesburg, just like in District 9. Police force has recruited a fleet of robots being produced by a local company to help with the police work. It's thanks to these robots that are greatly increasing the number of the police force and replacing the human officers. That crime has gone down and is becoming a bit more scarce, but there's still plenty of crime everywhere, and there's always a plan of how to make the next heist worth it. After one of those crimes were committed, a squad of robots and also a couple of human officers decide to infiltrate a gang's hideout, in which case one of the robots takes an RPG to the chest. Deemed too damaged to be used, it was set to be crushed. Meanwhile, the creator of these robots just so happened to, create artificial intelligence and needs a robot body good enough to try it out on. So happens that there's a robot about to be crushed anyway. Little did he know that that's the same day that a couple of gang members decide to kidnap him, so that way they could find a way to get around the robot cop problem that they have, so that way they could make a few big scores and be able to live happily. Now, I've seen some trailers for this movie, and the ones I've been seeing lately have been talking about that the police force has gone out of control, so it's up to a rebellion to fight back with a robot of their own. That's not this movie at all. In this movie, the police system works thanks to the help of robot officers. But an effort for certain gang members to get around this cop problem that they were having, they came across a robot of their own, and thanks to the creator's artificial intelligence, they got a robot that could think, speak, and do things all by itself. The only thing is that the AI starts back at zero, so they essentially start with a baby and have to work their way up. This robot being Chappie. Now, I have to say that the acting in this is all great. The effects are amazing too, and the music is... I really enjoyed the music. I mean, each song fit the certain tone that was in very well. I'm really tempted to gain the soundtrack for this movie. In fact, two of the gangsters are playing themselves with their real names, are actually rappers who did a few of the songs in the movie. In fact, from what I'm told, the male actor actually wore his own clothes to most of the shots. Hugh Jackman also is in this. He plays a ex-opera soldier who's now an engineer with the company that makes the robots, except that his robot is sort of a big Metal Gear tank-like thing that uses human brainwaves and a control stick, sort of like a drone. Thing is that his mech is overpowered, too big, and it requires a human, whereas the other robots, the scouts, have their own limited AI, are smaller, cheaper, and carry just the right weapons they need for the job. So lots of tension outside in the city and some more tension inside the company. It's a multiple-way struggle. Hugh Jackman trying to find a way for his robot to come out number one, Sigourney Weaver trying to keep her company in line as she makes a profit while also listening to the benefits of her engineers. Chappie's creator, who just wants to see the best come out of Chappie of being a new life form, and the gangsters who need Chappie to pull off their jobs, while our gangsters around town are busy doing their own scheming. Now, I've been seeing some reviews lately saying that this movie is a bit of a mess and is nowhere as good as it should have been. But I could say that the script does have its hiccups. Characters do act a bit weird on the transition from one scene to another, but we are limited here. There's a time crunch of days that the characters can work in the movie and also the length of the movie itself. Sure, Chappie's creator is trying to comprehend that he created a new life, so he's technically a dad that's of a kid that's stuck in an abusive family that he can't get it out of. But I gotta say, I really enjoyed this movie. I saw plenty of elements of RoboCop, Short Circuit, District 9. This game was just so enjoyable. And I gotta say that if you like robot movies, I'm sure you'll like this. And if you really like District 9, you'll probably love this even more. Besides a few hiccups with the script, I gotta say that the only thing I didn't really care for was that it's set in year 2016. If they probably set it like a little closer or just after 2020, it'll be a bit more believable for me. But seeing that these robots in around next year is just not plausible. And there was quite a bit of Sony products placed all around the movie, from TVs, stereos, remote controls, computers, and they showed numerous shots of stacks of PS4s. I'm sure if Sony was making cars, all the cars in the movie would be Sony brand. I really enjoyed the movie. I say it's a must-see. So please check it out if you can. Some people are going to say that it's a bit too much of a generic action movie in most parts, but I gotta say that the parts where that flesh out the characters, you stay for the characters, and so all the action stuff is just extra icing, and sort of does have a payoff at the end, I think.